We're going to be looking at writing an exponential form and what we call product of powers. But we're going to do a quick review of integers, just positive and negative whole numbers and their opposites. So 4 times 6, you know, is 24. I don't know if you went across or down. Now, negative 8 times 7. There's one negative. If you multiply and divide and there's odd amount of negatives, there's only one negative, it's going to be negative. Charlotte. Oh, were you answering? Or no? Okay, 2 negatives, negative 10 times negative 6. Those are there's 2 negatives, so that's going to be positive. Okay, and this is just division. 54 divided by 9 is 6. Now, negative 18, negative is showing, so that's going to be negative 2.
Negative 2?
No? Yep. Okay, jump in and say this last one.
I would like to say 8.
Yes. And it's positive because there's 2 negatives. When there's even amount of negatives, it's going to be positive. Okay? Okay, now, so exponential notation. What is a faster, shorter way to write? And look at all these 4s. Okay, multiplication is repeated addition. This is saying we have negative 8 like 7 times. We're adding negative 8 7 times. Multiplication, what that is repeated addition. This is repeated multiplication. So a faster way to write this is what?
4 to the power of 6?
Is it 6 or 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it is 7. So don't think just the 4 and then there's 6 after. So 4 to the 7th. This is a faster way to write that. 1, it's shorter, it's faster, and there's less errors. If you did this, you're going to forget a 4. Okay, what this is repeated. It's repeated multiplication. That's what exponents do. Multiplication is repeated addition, but this is repeated multiplication. So that says repeated multiplication. Now, the 4 is called the what? We're going to name these again. And we didn't write this down before, but we kind of mentioned it. 4 is the, and begins with the B. It's all about the what? Good. The base. The 7 is called the exponent. Okay. Now this notation, if it's written in this notation, it's called exponential notation. If you have a question, just speak up and say it, because sometimes it's hard to. Now 5 to the 4th means when you have 5 to the 4th power, 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. Now what about this? This is a fraction, and I can't see what fraction it is. 3/5. When it has 3/5 to the 3rd power, or we say this, or 3/5 cubed, this means 3/5 times 3/5 times 3/5. Now, this with parentheses is different than this. That, be very, very careful. I'm saying 3 times 3 times 3 over 5. So parentheses are very important when you're using fractions, because you need to know that you're multiplying this whole fraction by itself that many times. Okay, all we're doing here is we're writing an exponential notation practice. Only write an exponential notation form. Do not solve. Don't tell me what 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. I know, Charlotte, it's like a tongue twister. Okay, so exponential notation, this is going to look like what? 4 to the 4th. Be very careful. Do not make it look like 44. So and I know it's kind of tough when you're writing on your screen. So make sure. Now, some of you type a lot of your answers, which kind of blew my mind on when you were turning things in. So if you are typing, is anyone typing their answers in? I was going to ask how you're getting your exponent. If there's a box that you can put in there, or if you're using like the caret key, which you can do Shift 6, at least on my keyboard. Okay, is anyone typing it in? Okay, I was going to ask you how you're doing your exponent.
I can tell you how.
Okay.
So if you hold down Command and hit comma, then you can type like really small.
Will it raise it up or will it keep it right next to it?
It'll keep it right next to it, but it's smaller at least.
Command comma. Okay. Okay. Now when we do some delta math, make sure it stays in the exponent part. But okay, that's good to know. At least, okay, like you said, at least it's smaller. Can you control how small it goes if you do it over and over?
I don't know.
Okay, I just wondered. Okay, now this one, this is the base is -3. So make sure keep your x's. Base is -3. Now how many times? 3 times. If you drop it, you're only cubing this 3 and then you're taking a negative. In this answer, it won't matter, but it matters when the exponent is positive. So the thing is, make sure this and this typically, well, this one will, but they won't always equal each other. Okay, so make sure you have a parentheses. All right, this one. Now, don't multiply these. How many of these do you have? You have 2 of them. So all we're doing is writing in exponential notation form. So -11 and 45/100, parentheses squared. Don't multiply these and don't make them positive. All we're doing is putting what this is and how many times it's multiplied. Okay? Someone call out and tell me what this would be here.
12 to the power of 5.
Excellent. Okay? And now I'm not worried about the solution. And it's not going to be 60. Don't do 12 times 5. It's going to be 12 to the 5th power, which is pretty large. Okay, what would this one be? Okay.
X6.
Good. X to the 6th power. Nice. So that's just the base. That's the thing that's being multiplied over and over again. Now this one. This one's going to be -3/4. Now this is very important. You put your parentheses to the 4th power. Because if we multiplied a negative 4 times, is that answer going to be positive or negative? Good. Positive. Oh, what is it? It's good. It's going to be positive. Now, if we multiplied it 3 times, it's going to be negative. Okay, now, will these products be positive or negative, and how do you know? If I multiplied -1 over and over and over again 12 times, is this going to be positive or negative? See if you can tell me in the chat. If we did -1 over and over again 12, that'd be a positive negative. So I got an answer for Charlotte. I guess you can put the symbol in there too, like a plus or a minus if you want. But the question is right here. All right, thank you for the ones that are... Okay, Shelby, thank you. And I like the question mark behind, like, I don't know. All right, kind of lets me know who's still with me. Okay, -1, if you multiply it 12 times. Positive, that'd be... Now, is 12 even or odd? Even. So that's going to be +1. If your base is negative and your exponent is even, it's going to be a positive answer. So what's going to happen here? If the exponent's 13, your base is -1.
Oh, negative.
12 is positive, so it'll end up positive. Yes. Or, well, 12 is even, Joseph, yeah. So this is going to be a -1 because the 13 is odd. So that's going to be a negative answer. Okay. Okay, now, so let's see what this says. Fill in the blanks about whether the solution will be positive or negative. If in the exponent, if it's a positive even number, the -55 to the, it's even, is this answer going to be positive or negative?
Positive.
Good. Positive. If it's a positive odd number, if n is odd, is this is going to be good. Negative. And we'll work with these. We'll work with these. But if the base is negative, it all depends on the exponent.
this went a little bit fast,
Okay.
and I was just gonna write everything down. So is it okay if I see the whole page so I can
Sure.
go back? Okay.
Stop on right now.
Oh, I was just gonna screenshot it for.
Okay,
then
that's fine. Yeah, that's
do
what I
that
was going to recommend. I'm like, you guys need to turn in my work. Now on perfect square and cube, I was okay with that. But you can
All right, I
screenshot
got
it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, now let's look at the next one. So for problems like this, products of powers, fill in the following chart and answer the questions after it. So if we have this problem, 3 to the 6th, is that a 6? Yes. What does that look like if we expanded that notation? That looks like this. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 3 to the 6th. Then we have times. Why does this look so blurry? 3 cubed. Okay. Then we have 3 times 3 times 3. This is 3 cubed. But I want to write this all in expanded notation. So the base is 3. Now, how many total 3's do I have written here?
9.
9. Okay. Now, I don't want to figure out what 3 to the 9th is, which is fine. I don't want to do that. Okay, what about this? This is saying -2 3 times. Now, you have to have your parentheses. Now, when you have parentheses, you don't have to have a multiplication sign between them. So that's -2 to the 3rd times to the 2nd power. So how many -2's do we have?
5.
5. Are you guys seeing anything from here to here? This is saying 5. Let me know if I'm going too fast. I know kids always yelled at me in class. They're like, you write too fast. I was used to writing. Okay, this is saying 5 cubed. But then, what is this saying? There's no exponent. I don't see an exponent. So what does that mean?
Just 5.
3 to 4.
Good. So that means, close it a little bit. Just okay, so this means 5 to the 1st power. So that means you only have one more 5. So be very careful when we do these. Make sure if there's a 5 by itself or any base by itself with no exponent, there's a 1 there. It's at least there once or it wouldn't be there at all. All right, this one's going to be 5 to the 8th twice times 5 to the 8th. I'm sorry, 5/8 twice. Whoops. Which is going to be 5/8. Have your parentheses. You need parentheses on these, the 2nd and 4th one. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop recording now. There's going to be 2 recordings.